Flip arrived at the junkyard yesterday, and I'm gonna go pick that up. So little bit of a busy day, but should be fun. All right, so just pulling up to the junkyard, and I'm gonna load up the clip onto Trevor's trailer and then pull the wiring tonight. Well, I'm gonna start it first and then pull the wiring, but I forgot the key, so I need to grab that. So there it is, all the way from Japan, Texas. I was almost curious why you'd cut like a Aerofront Silvia apart, but then I never saw the back because it's stuffed in that thing, and I guess the rust got the best of it. So yeah, I'm gonna load this thing up. You can see when it like shipped, it kind of, because it's so rusty, it like bent that floor up. But yeah, I'm glad it came, and now pretty much just need to disassemble the wiring harness out of it after I get it to start and make sure it runs and everything. I don't know why that screw's out, that's weird. And yeah, make sure it runs. So just had Mike load up the, what's up, Mike? You want to be on the webs? Had him load up the cut on the trailer. I need to strap it down. I don't have any straps, but I have some twine, so I'll just kind of not rip too hard, and it should be all right. All right, so this is kind of strange, the hood pop on this side. And then 180 kilometers, not miles. Like, I don't know what happened to the gas needle. It's like way down. Weird. So this thing was definitely rustier than I thought. You can see all the rusts. So it's pretty much just a Japanese Minnesota car. But yeah, all the nice. You know, this thing's not all taken apart like when you get 95% of the SRs, and it looks pretty decent inside. Yeah, I mean, when you get 95% of the SRs, they're all like super taken apart, and the head looks really clean for some reason. Look how clean the head is. Look at that. It's a blacktop head. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder, because I couldn't look in here when the whole stock looks like a stock turb skis. Look at that hole down there in the strut tower. You can see the pallet. Okay, so just got back. I forgot the key at home. I took it out before we left Texas, just so it didn't get lost or anything. So I wanted to have the key. So I have the key, and I need to connect the battery. They obviously cut all the wires for the battery, so I need to you know, pretty much just cut them and make them, you know, splice them and everything and make it go to the battery. These two go to the battery, this one goes to ground, and it has oil and coolant in it. And has a really good tranny. I never like even messed with the tranny when I was there, but like this SR tranny is really nice. So it's like really like smooth. So I'm going to throw a battery on it and see if she starts. Okay, kind of ghetto, have a battery connected, and it kind of wanted to crank. Okay, so pretty much Trevor put the battery in kind of like that, sideways with some vice grips. I pulled the valve cover and was trying to figure out what, there was like a clinking noise. It's the upper tent guide. I'm gonna pull that off just because they're known to break anyway. And the inside looks pretty clean. I definitely I poured some oil on the cams just because, you know, these engines sit for a long time and you want good lubrication before it builds oil pressure up. So I put some oil across both banks of cams. I took the spark plugs out and didn't repeat the same mistake as I did with the BMW. I sprayed some WD-40 penetrant in there, especially since it's been probably sitting for years, maybe a year or so. I didn't think the BMW was sitting that long, but you know, I kind of know that this one's been sitting around and not running. So hopefully it fires up. I'm going to put the valve cover back on and the coils and run like a fuel pump to the fuel line. Should be somewhere down here. You know, one of these should be the feet. So we got this thing running right here. I'm letting it warm up. Has coolant in it, oil, and yeah, it sounds pretty decent. There's the fuel tank. Sounds turbo-y. It's I don't know why the speedometer is at, right, like it's chilling. I don't know why it's just chilling like that. Oh, we can't test the AC. Huh? You want to give her? Yeah. Power steering works.
I bet if we hit the brake pedal, it'll shoot us straight out the back.
Yeah, this swap is actually.
I got like a lot quieter.
Yeah, I mean it's probably been sitting for a year or so, or maybe longer.
More, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I took the plugs out and put WD and put oil on the cams.
Yeah.
That always helps.
The one my heart has gone to mean I want to wait. Mean I want to wait. Tico tick, oh tico 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 tock. Tico tick. Oh, tico, 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 tock. Tico, tick. Oh, tico, 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 tock. Tico, tick. Oh, tico, tico, tock. This tico, tico, here's a cuckoo in my car.
So been working on stripping the clip down a little bit. I have all the body parts off of it. The fenders were pretty much useless, but the air bumper and the hood's pretty usable. I got most of the wiring out. I just need to pretty much move the radiator back to pull the harness. It runs along the top, or well, underneath along the top of that. And I got the interior like light harness, or not light harness, but dash harness out. And the weird thing that I noticed about this is, so the USDM 240s have all this extra bracing and stuff for, I don't know, you guys have probably taken a steering column out, but there's bolts here that hold the steering column up. But on the Silvia, there isn't any further back, and on the 240 there's like a whole nother like bracket back there. That's kind of a pain to deal with. So all the wiring's out of there. I pulled the extra motor out of it. It sat right there. It's to control the pretty much the valve for the coolant and the blend door in there. And then I pulled the little thing out for the what's it called? It's like the air temp sensor thing. So pulled that out as well. And then, you know, pulled the vents out, got those out without damaging them. And, you know, I was actually surprised how clean the wiring and everything is. You can see down there, that's nice and clean. And the engine ran really well. So it's kind of weird. The Silvias have quite like not as many relays, and it seems like how they're routed is a lot more efficient compared to how 240s have the wires routed. They pretty much just wrap around the whole car. On this, there wasn't anything coming out that side. So if you've ever worked on 240, there's wires pretty much going into both sides. And the rust on this thing is actually pretty horrible. The bottom of that fender was rusty. You can see it over there. Yeah, see. So, I mean, this car is pretty much helping me, and I'm saving. It'll live again, you know, not as itself, but it'll help another 240 be like a good car. There's the JDM harness, and what I'm going to do is depin it and figure out the whole diagram for the automatic temperature control and like the power meters. The headlights are different, so I also need to figure that out as well. Both harnesses all the way cleaned up, well, all the electric tape and all that other stuff off of them. Here's the interior harness. And you could tell, I don't know, I guess you can't really tell, but there is quite a few less wires than like the 240SX circuit. And another thing that I noticed was, so on the this harness, it has like an independent. So here is the light plug, and then this was tucked in because it doesn't have bricks. But it has like an independent circuit for the bricks, so I'm gonna kind of note that down so I can wire my verts bricks up correctly. The thing is, on the 240SX harness, there's 3 relays. There's actually more than 3. I think there's 5 relays. 2 for the headlights, 2 for the pop-up motors, and then 1 for the fog lights. Hold on, yeah, that's correct. But on the Silvia harness, there's no relays. So there's a fog light harness right there, and it pretty much directly goes. So there's the harness. I depinned it from the super multiple junction. It comes over here, goes directly into the fog light switch, which gets power from this fuse right here. It's a 10 amp, and then it literally just goes to you know, 14 right there goes to the switch over here. Where was it at? Where were we at here? Oh no, 14 goes, okay, so 14 goes here to the fog light harness. And then there's another fuse right here, a 15 amp fuse that goes to the fog light switch as well. And then it kind of just branches off to, you know, here's the red blue, which is running lights, and then that goes to the defrost, so it has illumination at night when you have the lights on. On the JDM harness, it doesn't have a dimmer, so it just pretty much doesn't have any. They just ground that extra little wire that's usually a red yellow, it has a ground instead. And over here on the headlight circuit, so this plugs into the headlight harness. It goes directly to the turn signals right there, and then it also goes directly to the lights over there. So there's both lights, and it has two 20 amp fuses right there, those two right there, and they go directly to here. So no relays, which is, you know, strange, but I guess it doesn't have to deal with all that pop-ups. Might not look like I made a lot of progress, but I definitely did make quite a bit of progress. The issue I had was JDM harness was a lot different than the USDM one. So I pretty much incorporated the JDM harness into my 240 just so it is 100% correct to work all the lights correctly and the fog light switch and all that stuff. So I still need to tie in some grounds and stuff like that, but I have lights, which is awesome. So I just kind of have it kind of janky right there. The battery's back there, hooked up to the headlight wires. I only have one headlight in right now, but I have highs. I don't know, let me see if I can. So I have highs. Can't even see it. You can see on the top of the light. So highs, and then come over here and you hit the switch. Fog lights. This is all done 100%. I'll do the digital climate control and wire that in correctly. I'll also do like a write-up on that. So it is, it's on my channel, and then people will be able to kind of see how to correctly do it, because I don't think it's ever been 100% correctly done. A lot of people get them to like digitally work, but they don't actually get them to function the AC and do all the other cool stuff. So I'm gonna definitely make my AC work, because I want the LS to have AC in here. And you know, I really like this battery. So these are the lithium batteries. So, you know, I got quite a bit of stuff done. If you like the video, subscribe, comment below. And if you haven't clicked the bell for notifications when I post new videos, make sure to click it just so you get notified. Thanks for watching. See you next time.